Hey there everybody, Eric from Outer Limitless coming at you today with another video. Today's video was made possible by the people at Lumintop. So first and foremost, I would like to say thank you to them for providing me with a coupon code to purchase these two lights at a significant discount. On the left, you see the Lumintop Worm brass with a Cree LED, and on the right, a Lumintop Worm copper with a Nichia LED. Today's video will have a side-by-side look at these two lights, compare the different LEDs so you can see what the Cree LED would look like versus the Nichia, so that you can make an informed decision about which one of these LEDs would be a style that you like, the color that you like, and the brightness that you like. Then on top of that, these two particular lights I got because they have the ability to patina. I thought the brass and the copper would be a unique feature, allowing these lights to patina over time so that it really has a custom look and feel and has some personality given to this light over time. Now, I'm not the only one who's going to benefit from Lumintop giving me a discount. All of you will benefit. And if you stay tuned and watch to the end of the video, I will reveal a coupon code that will allow you to get one of these lights at 20% off on the Amazon store. So hang tight, take a watch, and maybe you'll find at the end there's even an additional surprise. Now, I have not yet opened these lights. This is my first time taking a look at these, so you'll get a little bit of my first impressions as I open these up. The first thing that I can say about Lumintop, and even though these lights are slightly on the cheaper side, these aren't a terribly expensive light, but their presentation coming out of the box is quite nice. I found that on their other products. They do a nice job with the packaging, they pay attention to the details, and so right off the get-go, you feel as though you're getting a nice high quality product. So just to cover cost real briefly at this point in the video, I'm going to take a look at the Worm copper. So on the Amazon store for Lumintop, this is retailing right now for $29.90, and that would be Prime shipping. If you have that available, you can get that on Amazon Prime. So if I go into this and I add it to my cart, I will proceed towards the checkout and I will add my promo code. Applying the promo code, it does appear to work, and that gives me a total promotion applied of $5.98 for a total cost of $23.92. So the Worm Copper Nichia at this point with the promo code provided by Lumintop will run you about 24 bucks. And very similarly, adding the brass Worm Cree to my cart, proceeding to the checkout, and applying the promo code. So the Lumintop Worm brass with the Cree LED retails for $22.90. Applying the promo code gives you a discount of $4.58 for a total cost of $18.32. So very affordable lights here. I'm very interested to see the quality. Let's dig into these things and check it out. So we'll start here by looking at the Worm brass Cree. Slide this out of the box. Right off the get-go, a nice box, well put together, nice logo, stamped, quality construction. Overall fit and finish on the box is quite nice. Opening this up, we have a little presentation. Looks like there's a little diffuser potentially, the flashlight, and this comes in a little padded case. Underneath here we have a keychain lanyard, a couple of O-rings, and a small informational pamphlet. Now, one of the things that you'll find about both the brass and the copper lights is that they come vacuum sealed in a bag, basically straight out of the package. They don't want you to open this up and already have a light that has a patina on it. So they have sealed these off to avoid these potentially getting a patina prematurely. So as we open this up, we should find ourselves a nice shiny flashlight. Sweet. Yeah, I'd say that's shiny. It looks pretty nice. And let's just get right into the copper. It's that same presentation. Same vacuum sealed bag, same little rubber piece, lanyard, O-rings, and the informational pamphlet. In that same way, this light is vacuum sealed, and tearing it open, we have a mighty nice, pristine copper flashlight. And so now we can finally get a look at these things up close. On the left we have the brass, and on the right we have the copper. Now what I can tell is right off the get-go, the brass is literally pristine. There's no marks or no fingerprints or anything like that. Nothing that you can see causing any sort of patina. The copper is in very nice shape. I'm not going to say it isn't, but what I can say is that I already do see little hints and signs of this thing starting to patina on me. So that to me is actually a bonus. I think that is a good thing. You know, I'm not personally looking to leave these flashlights in pristine, shiny condition. I kind of want the character. So for a light to be already kind of turning a little bit and starting to show age, that to me is actually a bonus and exactly what I'm going for. So as I show you the copper, as I mentioned, I mean, this is really very nice, super shiny, but at the same time, you know, I can see some kind of little spots that are starting to turn just a little bit, and that again is just straight out of the box. You can see as I handle this, little marks that show up from my particular fingers, but at the same time there are some marks on here maybe from somebody else who had packaged this and handled it in the past. So you can see, like I said, just these tiny little dark spots that I don't think are necessarily from me. But at the same time, like I mentioned, I think that's a bonus because ultimately I do want to see this patina and get some nice character and a unique look. And just taking a look at the brass, now this is just really polished and super shiny. Not quite as much in the way of marks right out of the package. You can see it's a very uniform finish across the entire flashlight. Nice and polished and shiny and bright. It's a really classy looking flashlight. I like the way this looks, and I like the way it feels. Both of these are a pretty nice size. They are small. They are definitely keychain flashlights. In reality, it's basically the size of my pointer finger. So it is a small light, nice and pocketable, and can definitely be used for an EDC application. So what you might not realize is that a Cree LED and a Nichia LED have completely different characteristics. First, on the copper worm, with the Nichia, we have a low level of 3 lumen output, versus on the brass Cree, we have a 5 lumen lower output. On the copper Nichia LED, we have an 18 lumen medium output, versus on the brass Cree LED, we have a 32 lumen medium output. On the copper worm, with the Nichia LED, we have an 80 lumen high output, and on the brass Cree LED in the high we have a 110 lumen output. So overall the copper worm does seem to have an overall lower lumen output, but I also wonder if that translates into how much you can actually see. I think the color of the light might make a difference. I think being able to compare them side by side will definitely give us some answers. So let me get some fresh batteries in these things and we'll start to take a look. Hey, would you look at that? They even sent them with batteries. So it's just got a little seal on the back. Pop that back in. Has very nice feeling threads. Voila. Let there be light. And in the same fashion, on the brass, pop that off. Again, very nice feeling threads. Bam. So for this test, I've put my camera on the fully manual mode so it will not change exposure during this test. And I wanted you to clearly see the difference in these beams. I'm basically just shining up against a blank concrete wall, and I've set up exactly 10 feet away. So you can see the overall beam pattern, the overall intensity, and the color of these beams. Now in my left hand, I have the Nichia Worm in copper, and on the right, I have the Cree LED in the brass. So you can clearly see the difference in the color and then the overall intensity. On the left, it is a much warmer LED, and on the right, it's a much cooler LED. Now what I can say is the Cree LED doesn't seem to be too much towards the blue side. I mean, you might think it's that way because of the comparison right now, but I would say it's pretty much a neutral white. But the Nichia is definitely a warm color. I mean, you can see it has a certain yellow tinge, if not almost reddish appearance to it, and even at that, it is not nearly as intense. I also believe if you look at these two beams, that the beam pattern is just slightly larger, or maybe spills a little further on the Cree than on the Nichia. In fact, if you combine the two and pull them away real slow, I feel like the diameter on this Cree is just a little bit wider than on the Nichia. So that is on the low mode, and as I already discussed, these particular lumen outputs, you can see I'll annotate it on the bottom here, and these are the low mode lumen outputs. Now here on the medium mode on the left again, you will see the copper worm with the Nichia LED, and on the right the brass worm with the Cree LED. Now it's really starting to show itself the difference between these two beams, the obvious warm nature of the Nichia and the neutral white of the Cree. Both of these are suitable for different reasons. I think in reality it's pretty much a personal preference thing. I mean, I'm not really set one way or another. I think a lot of people are tending to, at this point, like the cooler colors or the more neutral versus the warm colors. I think a warm color is a little more traditional in terms of the older style flashlight. And now finally, we're really starting to light this place up. Again, on the left, in the high mode, you're going to see the Nichia, and on the right, the Cree. And, you know, at this point, you're really starting to see some of the other detail in this room. You're actually starting to see some of the things that have in the corners of the room. And so this lumen output is really becoming a suitable, useful amount of light for most purposes. You're starting to get some decent throw, and at the same time, you see that nice tight beam pattern and the projection of these two particular beams. You have a little bit more intensity with the Cree, a little less intensity with the Nichia, but both of them are nice. These beam patterns start to show that they do have a relatively same size diameter beam pattern. As you match them up here and split them apart, you'll see they are both pretty much the same size. In fact, when you do match them together, that's actually a pretty nice looking beam right there in of itself. Now in terms of the beam selection, these go from low to high to medium. Again, that's low, high, medium. Now in terms of the way that you operate the light, essentially you're just using a twist motion on the head of the light to make contact with the battery. Now in terms of the modes, you'll see low, high, medium, low, high, medium. Now just taking these two lights outside real quick, it's not the easiest place for me to show you, but I will try to give you a quick comparison of these two lights. Right now I have them both on high. I'm going to show you the Nichia and how this illuminates. You'll see my fire pit down there and my patio. So this is the Nichia. Now you will see the Cree. So I'm just trying to give you a comparison to see which one gives you a little bit better vision, gives you a little better throw, and the ability to see a little bit brighter. So again, here's the Cree. Here's the Nichia. Side by side. Trying to look at some of the details here as I pan across my fire pit. It really does look as though this Cree has an overall brighter beam, a little bit better throw, and the ability to see a little bit better, especially at this distance. So in that regard, I think that gives you a pretty good side-by-side comparison. Okay, so at this point I've talked to you about the difference between the Nichia LED on the copper and the Cree LED on the brass. Both of them have their pros and cons, and if I had to pick a flashlight purely based on flashlight performance, I would pick the Cree LED and the brass. If I wanted something a little more unique, something that's going to gain character a little bit faster over time, I would pick the Nichia and the copper, both of which are perfectly suitable flashlights. They both have a slightly different character to them, some pros, some cons, but at the same time, both definitely cool. And that leads me to the next part of this, which is the giveaway. How are you going to get your hands on one of these flashlights? Well, the rules are very simple. First and foremost, leave a comment. Tell me which one of these you would pick and why you would pick it. I'm going to select one of my viewers based on the comments that are left, simply by the one that I like the best. It's pretty simple. I'm going to look for somebody who leaves me a cool comment and somebody who leaves me really a good reason why they'd pick one of these versus the other. It could be cool, it could be funny. I don't care what the comments are. I'm basically just going to pick one based on how much I like it. The winner will be selected 3 days after I have this video posted. I'll reach out to you on a private message and let you know that you're the winner, and I'll ship this out to you as quickly as I can. So alright guys, there you have it. That's a quick look at the Lumintop Worm in brass with the Cree LED and copper with the Nichia. Both of them are cool for different reasons, but maybe you can only have one. Well, one of you lucky viewers will get one shipped to you real soon, and the rest of you can take advantage of the generosity for Lumintop giving you a 20% off coupon. So hit up the Amazon store and get yourself one of these today. So alright guys, thanks for stopping by. I hope you like what you saw. I hope you found it a little bit informative. If you like what you saw, please like, share, and subscribe. And as always, thanks for stopping by. Take care now. I'll see you soon.